To Newscenter, I'm Parikshit Luthra. Tech giant Apple is marking a major expansion of its India footprint with the launch of its first flagship retail store in India tomorrow. Located in Mumbai's Bandra Kurla complex, the store is tipped to be the most sustainable of Apple stores worldwide. CEO Tim Cook is scheduled to be present for the Mumbai launch. The event also marks 25 years of Apple's operations in the country. Apple will open its second store in New Delhi on the 20th. The launch of the retail stores comes at a time when Apple is eyeing at expanding its manufacturing capabilities in India and curbing its dependence on China. My colleague Shivani Gharat and Shivani Bazaz brings us a sneak peek of the two stores in Mumbai and New Delhi.
Apple is opening its first retail store in India, Apple BKC, which is a 22,000 square feet store approximately. It's big. I'm inside the store. We are here at the preview of this particular store ahead of the launch date, and it has beautiful glass facades right here which extend to a nicely done wooden ceiling. Let me just take you inside to see what all is there inside the store. So of course, as soon as you enter, you will encounter these tables where Apple products are placed, whether it is the Apple iPhone 14 or 14 Pro Max, very much like any other store which is there globally, where you come and experience, the customers come and experience the product.
We are standing in front of Delhi's first ever flagship Apple store that will open its gates for customers on April 20th from 10 a.m. onwards here in Select City Walk, Saket. At the moment, the only teaser here is the barricading right behind me, which is based on Delhi's many cultural gates that signifies Delhi's rich cultural heritage. The barricading also has a QR code on it which can be scanned to get information about the upcoming store and also to download the Apple's Delhi wallpaper. Specially curated playlist based on sound of Delhi can also be accessed on Apple Music through this QR code. Apple has earlier said that Apple BKC and Apple Saket flagship stores are pivotal to turbocharge Apple's future growth in strategic markets like India. In Saket's Select City Walk Mall, the Imagine store was Apple's premium reseller, but the store has been shut down days before Apple's flagship store's opening here. The new Apple store in Saket is likely to be an experience center and a major attraction for tech enthusiasts.
No need of going to Dubai. Like officially all the people go to Dubai and buy variety of colors to India. Now it's our store is opening in our country.
College pass mein hai, so are other kids, other students also planning to come on 20th for this launch?
Will come and
Many
visit.
plans are going on for the college students to visit the show. Actually, we heard we came to know about Instagram and we seen photos and that Apple stores are huge in other countries like New York, Apple Park and Dubai. The store is very huge, but in our country, the store is small and the only limited variety of colors and products are available. So we have to wait a month or 2 months for that particular product. Now the Apple is opening official.
So a lot of excitement around the inauguration of the two stores in Mumbai and Delhi, and our team will be getting you minute-by-minute coverage of the inauguration and all the dignitaries and VIPs who will be present. Now, that was a sneak peek of the Apple stores in Mumbai and New Delhi. And speaking of Apple, the company's market share has hit nearly $3 trillion, and this figure is higher than the GDP of Italy, Canada, Australia and Brazil. That's not all. The company's stock price has also risen nearly 300% in the last 5 years. Reema Tendulkar joins us now with the latest. Reema.
Apple is the world's largest company by market capitalization with a market cap of $2.6 trillion. At its peak in January of 2022, its market cap was in excess of $3 trillion. It became the first company to reach $3 trillion of market value, which was more than the GDP of India, UK and France. Even today, with a market cap of $2.6 trillion, it's more than the GDP of Canada, Italy, South Korea, Russia, Brazil and so many other countries. Some more stats. The Apple stock price is up 300% in the last 5 years. More than 2 billion people worldwide use Apple products. The cash in the books is close to $50 billion. Not just that, it's one of the most profitable companies in the world. According to Statista, it's the second most profitable company in the world. Now, Apple's been a game changer in almost every segment it entered into, transforming music streaming with the iPod in 2001, taking the smartphone market by storm in 2007, and the wearables market with Apple Watch. So let's understand how Apple generates its revenues. Now, 50% of Apple's sales come in from iPhone, a majority of it. Mac and wearables contribute 10% each. iPad about 7%, and services is a growing stream and is now almost at the 20% market share. Since the iPhone contributes a majority to its revenue and is its mainstay, let's understand how it compares with the market leader. The market leader by volumes is Samsung, but Samsung operates and competes in all price ranges, unlike Apple, which only caters to the luxury smartphone space. According to IDC, the average selling price of Apple in their numbers is almost hitting that $1,000 mark, $974 according to IDC, which is triple that of Samsung.
And there's more from the smartphone space. Latest data by the IDC showed that Samsung has the largest market share across the globe, while Apple has the highest premium price point. So while Apple's highly anticipated store launch in India is grabbing all the eyeballs, Manglam is here to decode the global smartphone market. Manglam, tell us more.
25 years after being in India and 500 stores across 25 countries in the world, Apple finally comes to India. But ahead of the Apple India store launch, let's get some interesting and exciting data coming in on smartphones in the world and in India, and iPhone as well. Now, according to latest figures coming in from IDC, Samsung is currently leading the worldwide smartphone market share with 21.6%, followed closely by Apple at around 18.8%. But remember, these are millions of units. If you talk about average selling price, iPhone sells at nearly $800, which is little over 3 times Samsung's average selling price of $254. So if you club these numbers with the volume numbers, Apple's global market share in terms of value is over 50%. In fact, 50% is the mark that it crossed for the first time in the last quarter itself. Moving on to India, where, Xiaomi, Samsung, Vivo, Realme, Oppo are the ones that dominate the market. That's largely because the Indian market is still value sensitive. The way to look at India is through multiple segments. The Indian smartphone market, we've divided into 3 segments, $500 plus, $300 to $500, and $300 sub. It's the $500 plus market which grew at 55% last year, and the sub $300 market declined by 15%, and that reinforced the K-shaped thesis of all economists. And it's in this premium segment where Apple has a staggering market share of 60%, and its distant cousin is Samsung at around 21% itself. In fact, all of last year, iPhone 13 was the third most shipped device. Roughly 6.5 million iPhones were shipped last year in India. For Apple, which is still dominated by strong contribution coming in from US, EU and China, India isn't even among top 6-7 markets. In fact, it's about 1.5% of their overall sales. But Tim Cook has pointed about the potential in India in their previous earnings call as well. And last year, Apple's revenue in India grew by over 50%. And here's the data on the Indian market. 50 million 5G phones were shipped in 2022 with an average selling price of $395, talking about a big headroom. And IDC does believe that these 5G devices could be up roughly 60% of their overall shipments in 2023 itself. And that brings us now to the Apple Store in BKC, for which reports suggest that they're paying 42 lakh rupees per month plus 2% of their monthly sales as rent, which escalates by 15% every 3 years and 0.5 percentage point increase in their monthly sales share as well. Now, globally, Apple does about $6,000 to $6,500 per square feet as sales. Now, assuming 1/3 of that in India, because India is a value-sensitive market, Apple BKC alone could do 300 crores in annual sales. How's that for numbers?
And we here at CNBC TV18 will bring you all the action from the Apple Store launch tomorrow from 11 in the morning. Our team of reporters will get you all the important updates from the BKC store launch, exclusive sneak peeks, analysis, and much more. We're going to take a break here on CNBC TV18, but we will shift focus. On the other side,